Good evening and welcome to 2023 and How the Rock the Stage is back live, streaming with you tonight in a new format, an exciting new way. The show is going to be pretty much the same, little subtle differences, but we are really excited to rock the stage to be now streaming on multiple platforms, bringing you the show we've been doing for over 3 years with amazing guests, insights, and better help you produce great content, great streaming shows, learning how to leverage media, and to become a stronger branded entity out there. Tonight's going to be no exception. I'm really jazzed up about our guests coming up here tonight on How to Rock the Stage. And I do want to mention that we get going. We are proudly sponsored and partnering with the National Speakers Association. It's great to have them as a sponsor of the show. We work a lot, very closely with them on several other broadcast shows as well. So thank you for the NSA to make Rock the Stage possible each and every Wednesday night live at 7 o'clock. So as you're beaming on in tonight, don't forget to use the chat box. This is our new way to communicate and get questions right away. So please take the time to drop in the chat, say hello, ask questions as this goes on. And again, we're on multiple channels all around the universe. It's a brand new experience. It's a brand new day. So tonight we are going to get into a great and exciting topic. And that topic is going to be the power and the fun of bots. My guest tonight works with bots, loves bots. RJ Redden coaches hire her to skyrocket their engagement because of their events, communities, and courses are either dead or they're zombies. RJ creates epic engagement experiences. They motivate people to click the buttons, connect with you, and enroll in like crazy in your live streaming events, your courses, whatever you got going. RJ uses bots to raise engagement and have fun. Welcome to the virtual stage tonight. Here is RJ Redden. Welcome tonight.
Thank you, Rich, for allowing me to be the first on this new format. I am so excited. Let's drop right into it.
No, that's fabulous. And again, you understand the power of changing things up. You help people change things up, don't you?
I absolutely do, because here's the thing. Here's what I know about marketing, and I know you know it too. There are things that work until they stop working. There's nothing that has worked from the beginning of time until now. And when you are a person who likes to change things up, then that means that your audience will pay better attention because they don't know what to expect. Have you ever walked into a movie and you'd basically seen the previews and you knew what the entire movie was probably going to be about? Have you done this?
Yes, because the trailers are way too long, and usually long trailers tell you bad movie.
Yeah. A trailer will tell you bad movie. Absolutely. For me, if I can guess the ending of the movie within the first 5 minutes, I'm bored. I'm more interested in my hot tamales. I absolutely am, because I don't like patterns that have been played out. And so in marketing and in my life, honestly, I'm always looking to disrupt the pattern to, shamelessly get attention. That's what it's about for me.
Well, it's all about bots. And again, we do have to ask one opening question here. Besides the bots, you have brand authority. You have mastered the way to get seen, get noticed, get found with goggles and a cape. And I really love that. But I also want our viewers to understand that brand power for you. Real quickly, can you explain why the cape and goggles?
Absolutely. I'll give you the foundation story, and then I'll give you part 2, which is why I kept the cape and goggles. So foundation story, part 1. So picture it, 2018. I've been doing bots for about a year. I thought I was doing real great. I went with a friend of mine to a conference because she didn't want to go alone. I went to this conference, and the lady in charge was a bit of a crazy, a fiery individual. She said on one of her live streams that the conference was superhero themed. And I'm like, well, if it's superhero themed, I'm going to wear a cape. And I typed that into the chat. Okay. Yep. Not thinking it not thinking it was a momentous moment in my life, Rich. But typed it into the chat. Jane M. Powers. She is the one that was having the event. She saw it. She said, "You bleep well better wear a cape, RJ Redden." And I thought, okay, I'm committed. I'm committed now. So I showed up at the event with a cape and with goggles on. No one else was dressed up, Rich. It was just me, baby.
So you own the room right there.
You know what I did? And that wasn't even on my mind. Here was the great shock of my life. I had been so worried about how to approach people. I wasn't even going to come to the event because it's like, how am I even going to make a friend? I grab a drink and go sit next to the wall at networking events. I'm not going to meet anybody here. When you wear a cape, you don't have to worry about approaching people. They're coming to you and they're already interested and giggling. And you can't screw up that conversation because, by God, you're wearing a cape. You can pretty much say anything you need to say.
So you wore a cape to an event and you went home and said, okay, that was fun for giggles.
Yeah.
But now you wear it all the time. It is part of your brand. And you even have black belt ninjas for your company name. So you're into this, aren't you now?
I am so deeply into this. And what I found out at that conference was that the cape, you may think of it as putting on a costume piece. And some people think it's a total gimmick and walk away from me, which is totally fine with me. Your marketing should repulse the right people. But what I learned was that when I put this on, more of me got revealed. More of me, I was able to just be fearless with it because, they might think I'm an idiot anyway. And that is okay. So all of a sudden, I had permission to just open the doors, be myself, tell my corny little jokes. Oh, I got some dad jokes. Woo! I've got an arsenal over here in the bot cave. I'm ready, and I can just be myself, and it's okay. And the people who really resonate with what I'm saying, they know it right now. And the people who are really repulsed by the cape, bless you. I hope you have a wonderful new year.
So you mentioned the bot cave. We're all here about bots tonight. You are the black belt ninja bot leader. Tell us about bots, because most people are probably thinking it's a gimmick, it's too technical. So let's just start right there. Are bots technical? Is there a fear factor with bots or not?
There's a huge fear factor with bots. Let me tell you this, Rich, and maybe we'll write this down in the book of engagement or the book of how to rock the stage. Maybe we'll just write this down and set it down in stone. Tech people should not be allowed to name things. Okay. Listen, 15 years ago, I'm sitting at a Starbucks here in my hometown, Omaha, Nebraska, and I'm talking to small business owners. I dealt with people in Omaha at the time. Zoom was not a thing, and I was saying to them, "Listen, you should really save your document in the cloud." And they would look out the window of the Starbucks we were at, and they would say, "That." No, tech people should not be allowed to name anything. Bots, it's a terrible name for what I do. Here's a better one: conversational marketing.
So it's conversational marketing. And again, you and I have talked that you actually do a create your own adventure with these creative little bots, little minions. Which I'll go with minions better. But you actually allow people to create their own adventure so that you, as the owner, the creator, can learn about the prospective clients clicking on that. Now, can you break that down a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So the way to visualize a conversation is, when I used to first write chatbots, I used to actually take a stack of Post-it notes, and I would write the opening question on a Post-it note, bam, on the wall. Okay, Where could we go from here in this conversation? Well, we could go down this path, or this path. And so, okay, I would write those, write those next responses on the post-it note. And then you branch out from there. It's a good visual representation. Think of it like a tree almost, or some people like flowcharts. Flowchart it up. Fantastic. That is essentially what it is. Now, a chat bot is a conversation that I can have with you where I can have my very best hair day always. I'm always putting the best foot forward of me because I've written this down. This is not synchronous conversation. This is my very best answer to the question that you just asked. This is my very best interaction with you that I could possibly have. And it's online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So that when people want to come into my world and experience it, it's not dependent on me being there. I can give them a quiz. We can do a choose your own video adventure. I could, ask them a bunch of questions about their niche. There are so many places that we can go that by the time somebody sits down across from me, they're already where they want to be. I don't have to ever spend another first 15 minutes of a conversation trying to make someone comfortable with me. They're already there, willing to work, willing to take a next step.
So it's almost like a pre-qualifying call before you make the call.
Yeah.
You filter both the good ones in you want, and you filter the bad ones that you don't want, right? And then you can be more subjective and ready to go and hit the ground running. So this is actually gathering information, research that you don't have to go do yourself.
That's right.
You're more equipped because the bots have done the work for you in a fun, creative way, right?
Exactly. Giving people an epic engagement adventure. That's what it's about. Giving people a laugh, giving them a smile, giving them a little hit of endorphin. So recently, I've been in the bot cave creating during December. It's my month to just go nuts. And I created a whole bunch of gifts that are awarding people belt coins. Belt coins are my digital currency available in my bot to my VIP clients. They come and they tell me, okay, this is what I did toward my goals today. My bot awards them points, and then they get a little gif of some belt coin appearing for them and exploding with glitter or, whatever I'm having it do. These are the kinds of things that bring people back and back and back to complete that class they signed up for, to move through that program at a much higher pace. Because if it's easy and fun, it gets done, Rich.
So you've gamified everything from the client first checking you out to engagement to next steps, response to ongoing. You've gamified everything in a way that they really want to come play with you.
Absolutely. It is about coming to play. Engagement is about an invitation to a two-way conversation, to it, however we're having it. It's an invite to play. And go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say. So break down the process. You get someone like me. Hey, I heard about your bots. I have no idea what I'm doing with bots. Can you help me put bots on my stuff to help me? What do you do? How do you talk through to extrapolate from them what you need to make a great bot adventure? How do you walk through that process?
Absolutely. So first, I need to know, how afraid are you of technology? How willing are you to maybe take a trip that's against conventional norms? And I need to know what you know about bots already. So I'm going to ask you those three questions. And I'm going to get information. So I'll say, the bot will say something like, and I've named my bot, my avatar, Spinning Dragon. She's a ninja who also wears a cape and goggles. Anyway, Spinning Dragon will ask, how comfortable are you with technology? The answers will be, I usually give them a range of 3 answers. I hate technology. It's a necessary evil, or I'm in and out of that stuff all day long. I'm completely comfortable with it. Depending on which answer you give, then we go on to the next question, which is how are you walking on the wild side? And then again, I give them a choice of answers, and depending on what answer they give me, then we go to the next question. Once I have the answers to those 3 questions, then I have plotted out a path that will not teach you what you already know, because one size fits all fits no one at all. It will pick up where your education has left off. If you are the person who said, I don't know a darn thing about bots, fantastic. I'm going to give you a primer level. I'm going to give you the kindergarten version of what they are and what they do, and hopefully a vision that will stick in your head, an image that will stick in your head for later, in case we have another conversation. If you are super comfortable with technology, I am not going to explain how the technology works. Because that's something that
It's part of the magic.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
part of the magic. Look, we've got creative expression, makes life fun. They're getting it. They're getting it right here.
Of course they are, because your audience is awesome. Yes, they're getting it right here. It is. It's about, listen, how else are we going to stand out in the world if we're not using our creative expression? Most marketing does not allow for creative expression because we're trying to hit so many other KPIs, right? Key points and all of that. We're trying to hit this keyword. We're trying to stay under 3 minutes because your video should be under 3 minutes. We're trying to do this. We're trying to do that. We end up getting bound by all of those shackles at once, and we forget that really people buy from people. People don't buy from strangers.
And I think people are buying with people that respect time more and more, and they do want fun.
Yes.
I think coming out of the pandemic, people have learned I had fun working at home. I had fun being with my children. I had fun doing this. It brought back a lot of fun and creativeness. And to turn that spigot off, I think would be foolish. So you've now got creativeness, intake of information, analytic information that will help them, but it's not boring and drab.
Right. Exactly.
And so it's changing the landscape of doing business and setting up good business.
I am here to blow apart the conventional landscape. I'm here to do that because there's so many coaches out there, and I work a lot with coaches. There's so many out there that dread their marketing, that just it makes them feel like they're selling their soul. Mm-hmm. That they're like this content grind and different things that they're thinking about, and really coaches just want to coach. They don't want to they'd rather spend 5 minutes doing an awesome video that really showcases their personality and just put it out there than write 30 pieces of content. You know what I'm saying? And so so for me,
that's why I love live streaming, because that's exactly why. The live stream solves so many problems. You're right. We want to do the job and serve people. We don't want to be bogged down. So before I forget, anyone out there watching streaming on all many platforms here tonight, thanks for being with us. This is the first time we've gone this route with Rock the Stage. It's a new adventure for us as well. Drop any questions in the chat. We'd love to hear your questions of the bot, the ninja bot, the black belt bot lady. You can ask your question of RJ Redden. We'd love to have you do that. RJ, when you work with a client, is it a one-time setup, or do you need to go in every so often and retool, update, change things so the adventure doesn't get predictable? Because who wants to go on a predictable adventure?
Exactly. No one, unless it's an adventure to it, like a tax auditor's office. You'd like that to be predictable, but that's an outlier. So when I work with people, I do get people to hire me for like a one-shot bots, I call them, which is, hey, build me a thing. I totally take that kind of business. But more and more, what I'm leaning toward is building a community of people who want to walk on the wild side of their marketing and try something a little bit different. Because I used to produce classes and all of that kind of stuff. Nothing against classes, but most of them collect digital dust. what I want to do is make a community that's also a moving community. Are you familiar at all with Ragbri, Bike Ride Across Iowa?
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, yes,
Yeah.
yes,
So it's a rolling party for
yes.
7 days, and whoever you meet is probably your best friend because most people are at least half drunk. Anyway, without the alcohol, I want my community to be that rolling party. And as we are rolling, we're learning new things. Technology is not going to remain stagnant. There's always going to be, hey, here's a different way to do things with the buzz that AI has created over the last month or couple of months or so. Chat GPT 3 about blue people's craniums, and I'm incorporating into my bots. And so I want to let other people know, yeah, this is so I also have like a lifetime membership, so that we can keep going forward together. I don't ever want to leave somebody in a predictable spot. I want them to be able to have choices and to be able to make confident choices about what they want to do next with their systems.
So great question to follow up what you just said. You landed the plane perfectly on that. Here's our question: are there different levels to phase into with bots, or is it like one-time deal, or does this grow and change and morph?
So, what I love to do, because most people are concerned more about getting more people in right now. So, most people are more concerned with lead gen types of things.
Mm-hmm.
So I will build a quiz, I'll build a choose your own video adventure, I will do one of those types of things to, specifically targeted. We talk about targeting until the cows come home, and then they come home and they leave again the next morning going, are you still sitting at that table? We target very, very specifically. I will write a quiz, a game, a choose your own video adventure. We'll install that, and then I report on the stats. I give you a little report on how things are going. I check in with you. Hey, how many people you send in? This is how many people are making it through. What can we do to make this better? And then when that is stable, then we take another look and I say, okay, that one's stable. Do we need to maybe create another path? Or do we
Mm-hmm.
need to start thinking about service delivery, which is also something that my bots do really well with different courses and accountability systems and all of the different things that we can do. Bots are one of those things that are so ultimately flexible that it's hard to define them. And so what I say, it's an all-in-one conversational automation system.
So
I
you said, okay, so you said they're very versatile.
Yeah.
Are they only for your websites, or can you help people with bots on Facebook, LinkedIn, other platforms, or are these bots for your main website hub?
So mostly I am just doing your main website hub. The tough thing with bots in other places, LinkedIn does not have a bot system. It had the closest thing it has is InMail, which is not the most popular thing in the world.
Yeah.
The Facebook does have Messenger, which is its own system. But the tough thing, and you know this from being in marketing forever, is when you are building something huge on somebody else's land, they can change the rules at any point.
Right. Yes.
That's a rough one. Also, bots on Facebook, the cool thing is you can get into somebody's messenger inbox really easily. The tough thing is that when you think about how they're looking at and how they're taking that bot in, how they're consuming it, they have a tiny box that is on the bottom of a screen, and it's surrounded by all of Facebook's bells and whistles. It's an incredibly easy distraction. It's like saying, I can get you on this slot machine right now, and then putting them on a slot machine in the middle of a Vegas casino. There's a lot to look at, baby. And so for me, I really like taking those bots and putting them on people's websites. A, they get all the website credit stuff they need, right? All the SEO and all of that kind of stuff. But B, you get to keep people's attention focused. If I'm teaching a class, I don't want to do it in the middle of an airport. You know what I mean? I want your focus. I want your eyeballs so that you understand what I'm trying to teach you. So those are the reasons that I do mostly web bots today.
Hey, Russ, great to have you with us. There's a little love from one of your friends there, evidently. Sending you some chat love. That was not a bot. That was real.
It was real.
Can bots get hacked?
Can bots get hacked? I have not had that happen at all. So we use something called Landbot, which has some really secure systems around it. Can and I've never heard of a bot getting hacked. However, people's accounts on social media get hacked. And sometimes those people that have hacked those accounts pretend to be other people. So, for instance, a while ago, somebody made a complete profile of me, and like put a picture on it, but just it was slightly changed, and they were pretending to be me across the internet. That is the closest example of a bot getting hacked. Is a social media profile actually getting hacked?
So, what would you recommend for people that are right now? Their brain is blowing up. They're overwhelmed by the idea of this. Just a simple first step of how to wrap their head around the concept of an automated system to help them gain more information that's fun and creative. What's your easiest entry level to help people out?
Easiest entry level is a Find Your Marketing Superpower quiz that I have created. What I want to do here is demonstrate to you what a bot can look like on a full page. It's a 20-question quiz. It is very easy. You just answer how you're feeling right at that moment. It's a snapshot in time. As you're answering the questions, I'm taking data in the background and I'm looking at it and evaluating, okay, which personality profile are you? What is your marketing superpower? At the end of the deal, you get a video explaining to you what your marketing superpower is. And then in the email, you get a customized plan for the marketing tools that you should be using.
Wow. So you literally get a result out of that right away?
Immediately.
Right away. Okay. That's one of the new shifts that people are really talking about is everything is gated, protected. There's another later. There's another opt-in. The fact that you have it that simple is a massive game changer that people really should be aware of, because the burnout of waiting for the payoff is killing people. You have an immediate payoff.
I do. And there are tools being created all the time. There's one called Lead Pal, where now my folks can, when they pop into a bot, they can sign in with their LinkedIn account, Facebook account, Google account information. They don't even have to fill out anything for me anymore. That information will then go to my back end where I've got everything programmed. You may go onto a certain list depending on some answers. You may come off a list depending on certain answers. It's all hooked together so that I only need to take your name and email address one time. And after that, for my people, it's a seamless experience to float from one instance to another. They don't have to keep, there's a cool thing with keeping everything right inside the bot. Signing up for a calendar appointment with me, you don't have to leave the bot. A ton of these other things, you don't have to. Registering for my next webinar, whenever that is, you don't have to leave the bot. And so taking the friction out of the process is a gold mine. It's a gold mine for people.
Well, you got a winner right here. Wow, that's a fabulous gift. So RJ, how can people get in touch with you? What's the best way to follow up? I've been sharing out many links here as we've had a great discussion tonight. But what's the best way to best follow up with you?
Best follow up right now, go over to your core code, your as in your core, like in an Apple core, and code like computers, yourcorecode.com. Right there, you will find my Find Your Marketing Superpower quiz. It'll take you 5 minutes to get through that. You'll be watching a little video of me explaining your superpower in no time in your inbox. Then you're going to get a recommendation of customized tools that you should use for your marketing. A lot of people, they do their marketing and maybe maybe they have a small team, maybe it's just themselves. If you're at that stage where you're handling everything yourself, you've got to do activities that are aligned with your values, because those activities are going to feed you and you're going to get something out of that. If I gave a person, I'm a relator, I'm a huge hugger, Rich, if we
I
ever
didn't know that. Somehow it just,
Rich, if we ever get on a stage together,
watch out.
eat your Wheaties, because we are throwing down. I'm going to hug you so much. Anyway, people like
That was
me.
bonus content, everybody, by the way. That's the bonus reel right there. Please go on, RJ.
For me, I can't stand looking at a spreadsheet. SEO, if I'm doing my own stuff, it may give me really wonderful, great things, but you know what? I'm going to burn out long before it happens, because I don't get anything out of looking at a spreadsheet. Some people love them, okay? And they should absolutely do pay-per-click stuff. They should absolutely do the SEO stuff, because they've got stats that they can lean on and read. Me, I need a hug, baby. I need a hug. I need to go to a networking event and shake hands and give people anything that I can and walk away feeling exhausted and that I made a few beautiful connective relationships.
RJ Redden, always a great time to connect with you. We could go on for hours. Make sure you do follow up. Again, we've been dropping links in the chat. This will be up for replay tomorrow under the new system that we're doing here at Rock the Stage. The show will be back up right away for a replay. So please come on back every Wednesday night, live at 7 o'clock Eastern time. We go live. More amazing guests like RJ. And because our goal and our passion is to get you rocking your stage and your business better and better. RJ, you are the expert on bots. Final word before we head down to the finish line. What would you like to say to wrap this all up really, really well?
Every one of you out there has got a cape. You've got a superpower already. If you didn't, you wouldn't be here. Let me help you reveal that. Let me help you reveal it, because once you know your superpower, once you know your zone of genius, you will not stop operating in that thing. And worrying about cash, worrying about jobs, worrying about all of that stuff will become a thing of the past. Also, if you need someone to make you feel like a rock star today, that's my Rich. Contact my Rich, because he has made me look like a rock star every single time he has ever interviewed me. And I love the guy and I couldn't love him more. So
thank you, RJ. Thank you very much. Really, really appreciate it. RJ Redden, again, Black Bot Ninjas. And you can find her and have a really good time with her. Again, we're going to be back next week again for How the Rock the Stage, probably sponsored by the National Speakers Association. Each and every week we have amazing guests. My goal, my passion, my coaching. If you want better help on how you can show up on camera, show up on stage, my mission is to help you shine on camera and stage to elevate you and your brand authority so you can be seen as a go-to expert, just like RJ Redden is in her own space. That's what we do here at Rock the Stage. Go to rockthestagemedia.com. You can always check out more information there and learn about what we do. And again, we will be back next week. Next week, we'll be back here, and we're going to have Tom Ruwich as our guest. 7 o'clock Eastern time, we go live. And Tom is a master storyteller. We're going to dive deep in helping you craft stories for your business to add into what the bots do for you. Now you have great stories, and we're going to get you rocking it in 2023. Thanks for being here with us tonight. Again, thanks for RJ Redden for being our guest, and we will see you next week live on How to Rock the Stage.